All right. Well, welcome to our hashtag Epic Web Show. I am your hostess, Coach JP. Excited to have each and every one of you on the presentation today. It is going to be a great time. We're going to talk about a lot of great information. Grandmother used to say something like, it's about being in the right place at the right time. Well, guess what? That's where you guys are right this minute. And I'm excited to share with you just how powerful this particular platform is. Just to give you a little bit of some of the backstory for myself, I happen to have been a traditional business owner after I was an insurance salesperson, after I was an electrician on nuclear aircraft carriers and submarines. And then finally, got into business. I actually started as a sales rep at a dealership and moved up into partnership. And I would tell you, family, from 1999 all the way up through till I guess it must have been like 2006, 7, and 8 when our dealership hit our stride. We actually got to a place where we were doing $21 million a year in sales. And we got petitioned by this bank, and they said, listen, we'll loan you $2.5 million if you let your other bank go. They had loaned us like $1 million. They said, we'll loan you $2.5 million, just make us your one and only bank. Now, grandmother had always said, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket, right? But we kind of had our little noses wide open, and so we did. We put all our eggs in one basket, and lo and behold, as we sank $750,000 into expanding our company, all of a sudden there was something called a recession. And when that recession hit, family, I don't know if you guys remember how bad it was. A lot of businesses went out of business. We were one of the businesses that did. And unfortunately, after our bank filed bankruptcy, we needed the $2.5 million back, never loaned us the other $1.4 million. We ended up 3 years later, actually 3.5 years later, actually having to close the door to our company. So I tell you that story. It is a sad story because we did lose everything. We lost our houses and cars and friends and credit cards and cell phone accounts. I mean, it was ugly. I remember moving out of my house, Cottrell, when the bank had said, listen, if you leave in November, we'll give you $6,000. If you leave in December, we'll give you $4,000. But if you don't leave until January, you can only get like a $2,000, kind of like a help you get back on your feet kind of thing. And I remember staying in that house to the very, very last minute. As a matter of fact, when I was leaving, the people that come in and do the weatherization were actually coming into the house. But I tell you that story because I want you to understand that I really empathize right now with the people who are amongst that 42 million Americans that had to file for unemployment. A lot of them never got their unemployment. Some of them got partial unemployment. So I know about those feelings, those knots in your stomach when you're not sure if somebody's going to show up to pick up, stuff from your house, or, I mean, it's craziness. But what I want to share with you is that, oftentimes if God closes one door, it's because he's opening another one. Anybody ever notice that? But a lot of times we got the foot in the door. We're trying to keep the door from closing on us because, we have that fear of loss, that fear of, losing everything we had. And I heard a quote on CNN, and Yana, where people were saying, I'm less concerned about this health crisis, affecting my life as much as I am concerned about it affecting the life I built, destroying the life I built because of, course, of being laid off or losing employment and stuff like that. So this particular industry and a platform very, very similar to this is how I actually pulled myself up by my bootstraps. I've led hundreds of people, to thousands and thousands of dollars. And it is kind of occurred to me finally, Nikki, that maybe God closed that door because I could only bless my family and myself. And he opened a door where I can actually help people like Tammy and Jennifer and Yvette. So I'm excited to share with you this platform because I was actually working in travel. So we're working in a travel platform. And of course, with this pandemic, we kind of took a bath in travel. So as Rhonda began to call me and some of the champions like, okay, well, what are we going to do? Things are not looking that great. And I was trying to figure out where we're going to go. We kind of came up with some things that we wanted to actually see happen if we were going to be in business. And one of the things that we came up with was that we were looking for a company that was a stable company. They were God-fearing, that we had strong trainers. They were ethical. They were professional. We got that. Then we were actually looking for a company where we had a level playing field, where the company just started on October 1st. So we got that. We were looking for strong compensation because, Sylvia, when I looked at my finances, like when you're running, you don't, how they say, slow down and smell the roses. Well, when I stopped to smell the roses, I also saw weeds in my garden and some bugs and stuff because literally my finances were not where I thought they were in order for me to retire when I planned to. So I knew I needed about $2 million in the bank in the next 4 years. Leslie knew she needed 4. So we needed strong compensation. We got that. But we also wanted a product where if people were not big recruiters, they could start to earn money using the product. and we got that. Stuart's going to tell you about that in a minute. We wanted weekly pay. We didn't want to have to wait for 45 days or 75 days for our pay. We wanted that. We got that. We wanted a company with a low startup cost so that we could help a lot of people, especially with the fact that we're worldwide. So these notes I took in a book that my mother actually wrote, because she said I was acting like I was depressed and stuff. And this is called Positive Thinking, Positive Outcome. But I took these notes as we were trying to decide what we wanted. And what's so amazing about this platform is I got every single thing, what we got, every single thing that we asked for. So what we want to do right now, the champions and I, is we want to introduce you to the company that we're a part of, and it's called Epic. And this particular company right here stands for Exceptional People, Incredible Compensation. And when I tell you we have all of that, you're welcome, Jennifer. When I tell you we have absolutely all of that, we do. But before I get started in this, because we've got some fun stuff going on at the same time, if you are a guest, I need you to drop down in the chat and please say, my name is, and I'm a guest of. And the reason for that is we're actually doing cash drawings just to keep it fun, for our champions. And so on Sunday, we're going to actually do two cash drawings for like either 20 or 25 bucks. So we're going to just send to the champion whose name is drawn. So their name goes into the hat if you make sure that you let us know who you are a guest of, because we want to make sure we give credit where credit is due. Is that fair enough? So Jennifer is a guest of Yvette. Wonderful. Hey, Jen. Yvette's one of my favorite people. All right. So wonderful. So Epic is our company now. Here's the beautiful thing. Gaynell Jones is your guest. Fantastic, Atrell, I see you. Now, we think like this, like, shouldn't we be first sometimes? Oftentimes we hear about something great after, long after it started being great, right? We come in on that backside of that. Well, what I'm excited about is my best friend called me about this company on August 18th, and family, it has literally revolutionized not just my life, but lives of champions on this team. And we are just that. We are first. So I love that particular part about this. Now, I'm going to tell you that we're already in 145 different countries. Why is that important? Because a lot of us have family and friends that are around the world. And so we wanted a platform where we could offer and help them to achieve their goals and dreams as well. So they can learn the skill set of Forex. Forex is not new. Stuart's going to tell you more about it in just a minute, but a person can learn and earn in Forex. And the backstory of that is this. When our dealership closed, my former business partner started studying Forex. He now earns 6 figures a year just doing Forex. So we know that the product actually works. But then there are people like us who want to go out there and help other people. And because we do bless other people, we're automatically blessed. We're able to create that extra income that we're looking for as well. So we've got two great platforms. So if you're taking notes, we've got two great platforms. One of them is actually the Forex platform. But let me tell you what we've assembled in order to make sure this thing runs smooth. And I don't know about you guys. Those of you on the team, are we smooth? Is this thing ticking like a Swiss, like a Swiss watch? I mean, no hiccups. It is going so great. My best friend, Mr. David McCovey, is one of the, is the owner of the company, and he is actually part of the executive leadership team. What's so great is Mr. McCovey, Mr. Iverson, Mr. Sterling, and myself, and Mr. Green, we actually worked together at a platform one time, and we liked the platform, but the leadership just never did what they said they were going to do. So when we went in different directions, I remember David saying, if I can't find a home, I'm going to make one. And he did. He created a travel platform that has done over $200 million in volume. So he's done really good. So I've worked with everyone, including Mr. Luciaga and Coach Max, the people's champion, every single one of them, plus what Coach Max did for the Forex side of the business. She's actually assembled some of the best minds in Forex. Now, I'm throwing this word around, but if you're like me, at first, it made no sense. What is Forex? I was thinking it had something to do with the New York Stock Exchange. Stuart will tell you absolutely it does not. It stands for foreign exchange, is what Forex stands for. It is the act of buying and selling currency. Now, Stuart will tell you that you can be short-term, long-term, all of that good stuff. But see, once upon a time, like the reason it's new to a lot of people, but more popular in this last few years is because you used to have a lot of money to put into the market, right? Stuart is going to tell you some of the brokers don't require much at all. But in order to get into that market with your portfolio, you had to come in there with 5 or 6 figures. Today, it is a portable skill. Epic is bringing you an over-the-counter platform where literally right from your cell phone, using whatever broker you decide, MetaTrader 4 seems to be one of the favorites, you can actually earn money 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. That is banana. So it doesn't matter what your schedule is. It doesn't matter, if your day doesn't end till 11 o'clock at night, it's okay. There are sessions going on, in Forex, and you're actually able to earn income that way. So we're excited about that. So now, in order to make sure that our product was going to be, in order to make sure that this was going to be something that will work for our team. So let me I'm gonna pause for a second before I bring you on, Stuart, because I want to show the champions what they're going to see or what they're seeing, so that we can make sure that everybody's tracking, right? But inside of this platform, family, there are two. So please, if you're taking notes, write down 2 opportunities to earn income. So it's all under, as Mr. McCovey would say, it's all under the same umbrella. So that's not an umbrella. I don't know what that's like, a bird. Hold on. Umbrella is kind of like that, right? It's like a bird. So we're going to talk to you first about Forex. Stuart is about to come off mute, and he's going to tell you that with Forex, you're going to have education, where we have a university that actually teaches you. He's going to explain that more to you, where you can actually do transactions, and you can do as many as you want. But what they're going to do is want you to go through some education. He's going to show you where you can earn, 4 figures, starting off, and then maybe 5 figures, and onwards and upwards of 6 figures every single year, right from your internet device. And he's going to talk to you about the fact that what your product is happens to be currency. Now, on the other side, when I go to number 2, so what am I going to go to? I'm going to go to number 2. Now, on the other side of what we do, all under the same umbrella, is we actually build organizations. We grow teams, right? So we actually build. What that means is that we create a business atmosphere for people that want to trade, which, interestingly enough, 8.5 to 9%, 9 of the 10 people that join our platform actually want to trade, because people like the idea of being able to do something where, and this is what the reason that we liked it, right, Stuart? We didn't have to worry about getting a customer to earn money. You don't have to worry about building a team if you don't want to earn money. And that's the power of Forex. Now, on our side, you're going to get education from our executive team. You're going to get education from myself, Coach JP. You're going to have other leaders that are actually going to be training you. Breeding a Champion and Rhonda Wise. Y'all give Rhonda some love, because Rhonda did a full presentation and a training today with a migraine. That's what we call a trooper right there. So y'all give Rhonda some love. But inside of this platform, you're actually going to be able to create what we call a residual income. And that is an income that will continue to come in once you create it. So you got to go to work. But you also have the ability to earn a 4-figure, a 5-figure, or a 6-figure a year income in this platform, and up. And in this side, what's our product is actually people. In other words, people's goals, dreams, and aspirations, whether their goal or dream is to learn and master Forex, or to build a team, or to do both. So I can do Forex, I can build a team, or I can do what? I can do both. So Stuart, why don't you tell the champions as I start to go through, now let me tell you why Stuart is just the perfect one to explain this, because Stuart is a professor, and he and his beautiful bride already have 3 businesses. They run out of their home anyway, or maybe 4 now. So, but what I knew is that if it passed the sniff test with Stuart and Rosa, then it would work for everybody. And I knew he would pick it apart and look at it, because he knows what a professional online classrooms type setting should be. So, Stuart, how are you this evening?
I am fantastic, Coach. Thank you. And thank you, family. As Coach was going on about this, I was really taken in about the education part of the Forex training. I'm always in school. I'm always learning. And this was something that I had thought I wanted to do over time. I looked at stocks before, but never really had any real guidance for it. But this came along. This was just like, I don't believe this. Someone is actually going to show me how to trade currency. The Epic University is just that. It's your trading school. You start off with a 2-week syllabus, but don't get locked in things, well, I have to be finished in 2 weeks. No, you really just get started. Once you go through the 2-week syllabus, it may take you 2 days. It may take you a month. It's up to you. It's short videos, averaging about 15 to 20 minutes each, and they cover everything from pips, candlesticks, how to get a broker, how to work with a broker, how to actually trade. Once you go through the course, one of your final projects is to get a broker and open up your demo account. Your demo account is where you get to practice. You get to actually put to work the skills that you've learned over the 2-week syllabus. You get to start off with actually banking money, trying strategies, seeing trends, and also you get to really put pen to paper. Coach Max and her team have done a really good job with making sure that you have the information and the tools available to become a good trader. What I find the most exciting is that the fact is that you're not doing it on your own. They send you signals. You get to go into their live sessions where you see live trades going on. Those trades are exact ones that you can do yourself. And as Coach was saying, you don't have to worry about I need hundreds of thousands of dollars to start up Forex trading. There are brokers there that will let you start trading with as low as $50. So just that small investment allows you to actually start participating in the actual world of trading. The charts that Coach is showing you on the screen is those, you'll learn about what goes on with those charts. Before taking these courses, I had no idea what these were. I'm saying, all right, they're nice and colorful, but that's it. Now to actually understand market trends, and this course is more than just learning about Forex trading. This course is going to actually teach you to know about what's happening in the world, because you'll find out during your training that the markets respond to what happens worldwide. So unlike the New York Stock Exchange, which is really just about companies here in the United States or companies around the world and what they're doing, Forex actually responds to what countries are doing. So a currency might change because there's a change in leadership. Currency might change because there might be some event happening in that country. So you get to learn about how to spot those trends and how to work with those trends. When you're looking at currencies, colors don't always mean good and bad. Greens just mean that one currency is changing according to another one. Reds don't always mean bad. You may want a currency to be red because that means that it's changing in relationship to another currency, one that you've purchased. So it's just so exciting to learn this, because even if I decide to trade 1 day a week, two day a week, 5 days a week, I have the potential of earning money on each of those days. $50 to $100 a day is really realistic, depending on how much and how often you want to trade. Some people may want to trade just a few hours. Some people may want to trade for over a day. Some people may want to do what's called long-term trading. So you really have the option. No one is telling you how to trade, but the good thing about that is that they're telling you what trades are good. They're telling you what trades are moving. You get to do your research, but they'll help you do research. So you get to really have a leg up with seeing how well you can do in the Forex market. So it's just really exciting.
That's cool. Fantastic. Listen, and just to think that somebody can like literally start off, and brokers don't need you to pay like a whole bunch of money, but they can literally start off, earning, like you're saying, $50 to $100 a day. That's a pretty big deal when you're doing something and you're actually doing it from home and you're spanking brand new at it, right?
Exactly.
So Coach Max and her team, how, on a scale of 1 to 10, and I know you've been very impressed because they're young people, right? They're young people actually doing this. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give them as far as the caliber of the comprehensive, fun, and professional Forex training that they're providing for us?
Oh, they're all hitting a solid 12. And they are fantastic. And the part about this is that you're just not limited to what information that you just get from the training. You're actually getting live information from Coach Max and her team. You're also able to go out and get leads that they're going to say, oh, well, you may want to look at this website, or you may want to check out this person who's talking about that. So you're going to be learning a lot more than just, okay, let me see how to put in my trades. I've learned more about getting organized, more about keeping a notebook. And these are things that I should have been doing my whole life, but actually being able to do it and see a return from it, to do it and actually know that this is going to be for me and my family's future. It just makes it more important now.
That's beautiful. Well, thank you so very much. You always break it down so well. I'm always learning something different every time you speak. Y'all give Stuart some V's down in the chat for value for bringing that information. And I love that background, Stuart. So y'all on the island somewhere?
Yeah.
Is that what y'all doing now?
One day, hey, look, I got some trades going. One day.
Right. So thank you very much. We appreciate you, and we're humbled to have you as part of our organization. We absolutely love you, and you and Rosa. So appreciate that. So family, as you can see, Stuart has given us the full breakdown of what it is like on that Forex side. And what's so amazing is, family, is that we have that side as a way that you can create income. And yes, you may start off earning, 5 figures a year, but if you keep doing it and you keep learning it and you keep mastering it, as Stuart is saying, you'll actually get to a point where you're earning 6 figures a year, because some of the traders are doing just that as well. So now we've got all of that on the one side of our umbrella. Let's go to the other side of our umbrella. Now, here's the beautiful thing that I want to let you know is that you are going to be in business for yourself. So I want you to picture your company as having 2 stories, right? The bottom story, you have a team that you're building, and the top story, you got Forex income coming in. But either way, it takes you all the way to the bank. So you will receive a 1099 at the end of the year from your broker. And you'll also, if you build a team, you'll receive a 1099 at the end of the year based on I think you had to earn $600 or more or something like that from on the Epic side. Now, we of course make no guarantees. If we made a guarantee on your income, we'd also have to cap your income, because this is not a job, but you're in business for yourself. This year, you'll file your W-2 and you'll file your 1099 from Epic. But the beautiful thing is you're going to have some tax write-offs. So what most people don't understand, and you may find out for the first time today, or you may already know, that there are actually 2 tax systems in America. Literally inside of our great US of A, there are 2 tax structures. Now, when you're in business for yourself, you have to understand that 85, 90 years ago, when the tax laws were written, they were written by business people. Now, I don't know about you, but if somebody told me as a business person, I could write the tax laws, who y'all think we're going to write the tax laws a benefit? I mean, if that's who's going to do it, who we write the tax laws to benefit? And of course, it would be business owners. So here is Dr. Ronald Mueller. This is his page, Dr. Ronald Mueller. As a matter of fact, this book that's sitting right here, he wrote this book called It's What You Keep That Counts, Not How Much You Make, right? It's what you keep that counts, not how much you make. And it's that by Rob Gary and Dr. Ronald Mueller. And in the book, he talks about the fact that there are so many tax deductions that so many people miss simply because they're not in business for themselves. But he says, finally, big relief for small business owners. He said, Congress is serious about supporting the growth of home-based businesses because it helps produce a strong national economy. So now what Stuart and Rosa will tell you is that the first time we actually would pull this up and show it on presentations like 18 months ago, this read $2,000 to $3,000. Now, post this health crisis where a lot of people are out of work, and we need to stimulate the economy, the government is saying we'll give you $4,000 to $6,000 every single year or more to be in business for yourself, work your business 3 to 4 hours a week, attempt to make a profit, and keep good records. That's it, right? But here's the beautiful thing for that person who's starting a business and says, well, I actually right now need to bring more home in my check at work. Well, if you start a home-based business today, you can tomorrow go in and change your W-4, which is where your exemptions are, because you're going to have tax write-offs that you didn't have last year. Now, you can't do this, y'all, if you're not going to be in business. You can't just go in and change that if you're not, because then it can hurt you on the other side with your refund. But you can do that if you're going to be in business for yourself. And according to Mr. Mueller, it'll increase your take-home pay by $300 to $500. But I don't even want you to just take Mr. Mueller and my word for it. I want to introduce you to a young man by the name of Bean. And I love the way he breaks down in one of his presentations the power of being in business for yourself and how we can stop throwing $20 away. Watch this.
Business income. This is the fun part. Business income is strategy 2. Strategy 1, your money must go further by creating a positive what? Strategy 2 is business income. Business income is taxed at a lower rate. The net effect of having a business is that you pay between 18 and 23% taxes instead of 28 to 33. So you were paying 28 to 33, now you're paying 18 to 23. That means now you get to pay yourself first because you can spend money now on your what? Business. Give you guys an example. They say if you don't have a home-based business, just take $20 a day and throw it out the window. Now, I want y'all to really understand this. If you don't have a home-based business, you're overpaying taxes by about $500 to $600 a month. So some of you guys are going to walk out of here a home-based business with a strategy. I'm going to bring up some people and give them some checks. They earn checks from a home-based business. And if you don't have one, here's what you're doing. I'm going to think about it. 20. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to research it. I got to go talk to the wife. I got to go talk to the husband. While you praying, thinking, researching, talking, just keep throwing 20s away. Because that's what it's averaging you for your lack of knowledge on capitalism. $20 a day. The tax savings alone put $500 to $600 a month back in your what? Pocket. Net. So when you leave here today, while you're thinking about it, praying about it, tomorrow it's going to cost you $20 to think about it. That's not a big deal. Talk it over with your husband. Talk it over with your wife. That's not a big deal. Tuesday, y'all still thinking about it. You only wasted $80. That ain't no big deal. Pray about it. By the time Sunday comes, you need to pray about it. Next Sunday, ask God if this business makes sense. Ain't no big deal. You up to about 140, no problem. If you got it like that, I need to be doing what you're doing. Now, hold on one second. So while you're thinking about it, just remember this. Every day that you don't, the average per day loss I'll be on taxes, $20 a day. If you don't have a home-based business, I'm not pressuring you. I'm giving you the real deal. $20 a day, don't.
And you know how people say, well, I'm doing really good because I've got a really good job? The more you make, the $20 a day goes higher because they pay more taxes.
That's right. So if you got a really, really good job, you need to really, really get a business. Everybody got it?
So I think he does a good job. So first things first, when a person actually gets started in business, the first place that they're going to actually earn income is, right from themselves. And that's the power of it. So let's get down to what we're really excited about. We love building a business. And one of the things that I think is very, very powerful is the fact that, for that person who says, well, you know what, I just don't know a whole lot of people. It's okay, because if you look under personally referred scholars, you only need 3. So we eliminate the I need to know a lot of people thing. Even with that, guys, we have a platform called freeforex.com where we actually show you how to attract people to you from your Google, Instagram, your Facebook pages. Lead capture pages are already done. Once people come through that funnel, they pretty much either want to build a Forex business, they want to build a team, or they want to do both. Either one. The beautiful thing about it is that no matter what, you still only need how many? 3. So let's talk about what we've been able to do to help people actually get started in business, because one of the first things that I want you to understand is this fact right here. And that is that when you first get started, we've even eliminated the cost of getting started, because it is only $99.99 to launch your business. Now, you guys know that is just dinner night out. Like if you were to go to like a seafood boil, or even go to like Captain George's. I think we took my mother out to Captain George's not too long ago, and it was like $300 just for 4 of us, right? So 5 of us. So we understand it's just a dinner night out decision. And the fact that it's only $99.99 every single month to run your business, listen, that you can't run a lemonade stand for that. But the beautiful thing about that is we can help you, show you how to get rid of that, and then show you how you're going to pay that out of your commission. Is that a powerful thing? So when you first get started, you are called a scholar. As a scholar, you have the opportunity to do what Rosa and Stuart are doing, which is earn money in Forex. You have the opportunity to build a team, or again, you have the opportunity to do both. But if you want to have that education for free, right, what you do is you refer 3 people who will decide what they want to do when they actually get started. And the company doesn't say what they have to do. As a matter of fact, you could have 2 of them that want to do Forex and one of them that wants to build a team. Either way, the company says this: Once you have those 3 sales, right? Once you have those 3 sales, the company says, we will actually eliminate your monthly subscription fee. We'll actually eliminate that monthly subscription fee. So temporarily, this fee will actually stop happening. And if all you're going to do is do Forex, guess what? You're going to sign up for $24.99 to be an IBO, sail off into the Forex sunset, and you'll actually be able to trade. And as you can see on the very, very top line with one of my favorite words, free. You'll have a free Forex education. But if you're looking at this chart and saying, gee whiz, are they saying that you can earn $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 residual and even more? The answer to that question would be, yes, that's exactly what we're saying. But here's the beautiful thing. The beautiful thing about that is it's not very difficult. Everybody only needs how many, y'all? Somebody drop it in the chat for me. How many does everybody actually need to build their business from a free Forex education all the way down to $250,000 every 28 days? And that number happens to be, thank you, Catrell. It happens to be 3. Thank you, Rhonda. It happens to be 3. So what do I mean? Well, Jennifer, this is what I'm saying. When you get started in business, what Yvette is going to do is she's going to help you to get your 3 if you decide that you want that free Forex education, or if you decide you want to build a team. It all starts at the same place. So now what happens is this, is that she's going to also help your person in team 1, that could be your sister, in team 2, that could be your best friend, in team 3, that could be a college roommate of yours, but she's going to help each of them to do the same thing that you did. Why? Because that's what we do, is duplication, right? So everybody only needs what? Those 3, just like they just said. Well, here's the beautiful thing. When she does that and she helps you do that, Jennifer, then she literally is going to be actually helping you to get to a structure of 4, 4, 2. So you have 4 in this team, you're 1 plus the 3 she helped you to get, 4 in this team, okay? And then 4 in this team. Now, you only need 2 in that 3rd team, but Yvette's gonna tell you that we build our teams evenly. Well, at that particular juncture, now you are qualified as a Founder 500. What the company is going to do is they're going to now start to pay you $125 every single, right? $125 every single Friday. Somebody multiply that for me. Multiply that for me by 52 and tell the champions in the chat, how much is $125 times 52? Right? Because the beautiful thing about this platform is you just created a windfall for yourself to the tune of $6,500 every single year. And if you'll notice right here, it's only 10 people. So Ayana, what Nikki would do for you next, right? Thank y'all. What Nikki would do for you next is she would say, okay, well, you know what? If you want to move on and earn even more money, it's very simple, Ayana. What I'm going to do is get with Coach JP. We're going to do a webinar just for you, just like this, but it'll be your webinar. And we're going to help each of those 3 people to do the exact same thing and to actually get 3 people. Well, when that actually happens, right? When that actually happens, then your team is going to grow to 13, 13, 13. But more importantly, is that the 3 people that you helped to get started now have 4, 4, 4 in their team. So now they've moved up, y'all, to 125, right? They've moved up to 125 every single week. 3 of them having done that, you've moved yourself to 250 every single week. So the way our pay structure works is every single Friday, well, our work week starts at Monday at 3 o'clock in the morning. So it starts Monday at 3 o'clock in the morning and it ends the following Monday at 2:59 a.m. So as long as Ayana has that, y'all, qualified for her by, that 2:59 a.m., the following Friday, well, she'll sit in her back office. The commission will show up in her back office on that same Monday, but it'll be ready to actually, be paid out on that following Friday. So the beautiful thing about this is that you've helped somebody to help themselves. Now that automatically helped you help yourself. Now, just FYI, remember I said they will take that 99 away for a little while. Once we actually start paying you, Gaynell, the company says, okay, you know what? Now you can afford to pay the 99 and the 24.99. We'll just hold it out of your commissions once every 28 days. Now, the reason I keep saying 28 days and not per month is this. When you're paid the 125 every Friday, 4 Fridays is 28 days. You've got the whole 528 days. When you're paid 250 every Friday, 4 Fridays is $1,000. That's why we say 28 days. So they hold our subscription, and take, that's once every 28 days, but we get paid every 28 days. I mean, the total every 28 days. So you literally, Gaynell, could just continue to help people to get their 3 and move yourself right down the compensation schedule Because what Cottrell would do is help you to do the exact same thing that he's doing. And by you growing your team to, let's say, for example, 1,000, you'll move to 2,000. And by you growing your team to 2,000, you'll move to 5,000. So what am I saying? I am saying that when you help other people in this platform, you automatically help yourself. So you're going to get the education. We're going to show you how to have the residuals. You're going to create that income, as you can see. And how are you going to do it? You're going to do it by helping people fulfill their own dreams. But here is the beautiful part about it. Here's the beautiful part about it is that, to give you an example, we have some people on our team that have had what we call spillover in their organization. And let me see if Cousin is up here. Matter of fact, no, Nikki, we're going to get you to come off mute. If you can come off mute real quick. Now, Nikki has never spoken on one of our webinars, so this is very new for her. But Nikki has actually has spillover in her organization, which includes Pastor Good. It includes a young lady by the name of Raquel, and it includes the battles, right? It includes the battles. That's called spillover. And then she actually reached out to a young man in the UK, and that young man now has a team that looks a little bit like this, okay? And he's closing out on his $500. So Nikki, we've been in business before, and I don't know if you're able to come off mute. Did I see her up here? Hopefully I saw her up here.
I'm here.
Oh, hey, baby girl, how are you?
Hey, good.
And
how are you?
I know you're surprised because I ain't tell you I was gonna say nothing to you, did I?
No, and you know I'm shy.
I know you're shy, right? She's super smart, and she can build businesses, but she doesn't do this thing that I'm doing. But all I want you to talk about is how excited were you to find out when you looked in your back office today? We did a back office walkthrough. How excited were you to find out that your team had just went?
I was very excited. It actually really motivated me. So I got on the phone and start like making more phone calls because I'm like, I need more people. I need more people. I need more people.
See, because what's happening is now, you've got two organizations that are literally growing. You are one person over here and two people over here from being at, $500. And Ayana, the same thing will be happening for you because what's happening is she only has 3 teams. So if she's going out there to actually, to bring on more people, what happens is they have to fall down into one of her 3 teams, which is where you'll be. Same thing, if you look at this, Jennifer, from Yvette already has her 3 teams filled up. So we have to bless down into our organization, Nikki, because in order for us to grow, we got to make sure you first grow. Does that make sense? Right. And that's the power. And we've been in another platform that was nowhere near like, this particular platform where you had to do it all by yourself. How good does it feel now to see what we were talking about? That we help take care of you as you help take care of yourself. How does that feel? How does it?
It's great. And then I did it in less than 30 days. So I can't wait to see what the next 30 days is going to bring.
Fantastic. Well, I'm super proud of you. I'm excited for you. Congratulations. Thank you for coming off mute. I was waiting to see, is she going to hit that button? So that's the beautiful thing. That's the beautiful thing about it. But here's what's, the way it works, guys. If you start to look at, there's something called spillover and spill under. And what that simply means is that Cottrell is going to be building a business. And as he's building his business, Gaynell, volume is going to fall under you. So let's just say this is Cottrell, and let's just say, let me change colors. Let's just say, Gaynell, this is you. You literally could have somebody down on your team, right? And let's just say they're all the way down here in Arkansas. And this person has put 2 people on their team, Gaynell, but they cannot figure out how to get that 3rd person, or it just isn't happening, right? And so they're a little bit panic stricken. So what happens is that phone calls could be made all the way up to, to Cottrell. And Cottrell could say, well, you know what, get me the ID number of this person, because in my placement tank, see, everybody goes in a placement tank, right? I have a young man by the name of Bob that I personally actually brought into the business. But what Cottrell can do is click on Bob's name to hit, say, update placement. Cottrell would see his number right here. But what he would do, as opposed to, leaving his number there, he would put the number of your team member from Arkansas in both spots, the sponsor spot and the placement spot. The computer, Gaynell, would say, well, you know what? it looks like Cottrell is not only going to place this person on the team in Arkansas, he's going to give this person to the team in Arkansas. And in other businesses, that would cost us a lot of money, but not in this business. Because what happens, Jennifer, is that if this happened with Yvette for you, literally what's going to happen is not only is that person 3 and their Forex fee waived, but it puts one on this team, this team, this team, this team, Cottrell's team, Yvette's team, my team, and Mr. McCovey's team. So one person blesses everybody in the lineage. Leslie likes to say that one person feeds the whole tribe. And it really does, because we all have one more person on our team with this platform. So for people who are looking, our team is in the process of onboarding 5,000 people by the end of January. So if somebody's looking at this, their thought process should be, I should be on the team here so that some of this volume will fall down under my 3 teams, like it just did for Nikki, versus waiting to get started down here when I can be rest assured that none of the volume will ever fall down on my team. Does that make sense, guys? That part is called position equity. You know how real estate agents say location, location, location? In this business, that's exactly what it is. We say position, position, position. The sooner you get positioned, the better. And the beautiful thing is the income that you're earning will pass on to your children and your children's children. And we want to introduce to you Epic Estates, where we literally help you set up a will or an estate plan to make sure your family is protected with the income that you create here, if God forbid something were to happen to you. And along the way, we have a lot of fun. We give away these real nice prizes. When you're earning $1,250 every Friday, $5,000 every 28 days, they give you this blinged out dog tag that says Epic Marketing, y'all. And when you get to Ambassador 10, they're gonna give you $5,000 in cash and a ring that looks like that. And that is when you're earning $2,500 every Friday. At $50,000 every 28 days or $12,500 every Friday, all expense paid trip for 2 to Dubai. And you know what, family, when you're at $100,000 every 28 days, $25,000 every Friday, it's not like you can't buy the Rolex. What I want you to understand is what the company is actually doing. The company is actually doing 2 things. One is they're saying thank you. So Ayana, when they want to make sure that, because if you get to these levels, you've helped a lot of people, you deserve it. Does that make sense? But number 2, what the owner understands and what all owners understand is that a lot of people walk by sight and not by faith, even though they say the opposite. But they'll see something like this, and as opposed to having just like faith, the grain of a mustard seed, to say, I'm gonna step out on faith and get this done, a lot of them will say stuff like, well, I'm gonna wait and see what you do. Or, well, my sister's brother's cousin, niece's nephew, twin aunt's daughter did something similar to that and it didn't work. Like, who bases their life on that? Or, and if you're going to say, I'm going to wait and see what you do, would you wait for me to go to college before you decided to get out of your mama's house and go to college? Like, it's just a matter of a little bit of faith. So this is what they say, Gaynell and Jennifer, is that when Gaynell drives up in his Escalade and Jennifer drives up in her S550 and what, Ayana, you drive up in your Tesla that the company paid for and it has the insignia of Epic, maybe then people will believe. We want to help people, even if we have to help them get out of their own way. Does that make sense, family? They can do what they want when they get started. They can grow an income in Forex. They can grow an income building a team, or remember what they can do? They can actually do both. Epic, they're going to actually give you private jet service. You're earning $1 million every 28 days. You can pay for it, but again, it's to say thank you. What would be more cool than actually to call you, Nikki, and say, listen, meet me at the Norfolk Airport in the back at the private section, right? We're going to fly to Paris for lunch. I mean, how great is that? But then we have dreams, family, that are bigger than like material things. We really, as a team, we wanted to actually be able to do things that are outside of the box. In other words, why not be able to do something like this? So we want to be able to open and fund private credit unions. Like we want to be able to be like, this would be Epic Icon Credit Union. We actually want to open a credit union that we fund ourselves. And if somebody needs a home loan, we make those decisions. If somebody needs a student loan, we make those decisions. Does that make sense, family? We can teach financial literacy there. We can teach business ownership there. We want to do this in every state in the United States and multiple countries around the world, but we can't do that if all we have is enough to make our own ends meet. Does that make sense? Like, you can't even think outside of the box because we're locked inside of the box. We want to get you free financially. We want to get all your bills paid. We want to get you, ahead and caught up on everything. We want to make sure that if you want to, you can get your house paid off. You can actually have those things right from your home, contact free, pandemic free, because we all at our house. Does that make sense? And we can do this. Listen, Nikki is growing a team in the United Kingdom. She ain't been to the United Kingdom, and she doesn't have to go because we can all do it right here. So listen, we say, why be epic when you can be average? It's 99 bucks, $99. We blow that. Right? We blow that. I remember my cousin telling me, well, I got to talk to my husband about it. And I told her, I said, Sherelle to her, I said, well, wait a minute. You didn't have to talk to your husband when I cashed out you that $75 to buy that $150 purse, did you? You're right. But you got to talk to him now about buying a business that will put money in the house. But you ain't had to talk to him about slipping that purse into the house. You know what I mean? Like, we just got to get our priorities straight. It's 99 bucks, guys. Most people would do that on a weekend. So all we're saying is sit at home, eat a DiGiorno, look at Netflix, and I tell you what, and get yourself started in business. That's all it is. But coach, I'm worried about that $99 per month. Well, you know what? Change your W-4 at work so you can bring that extra $300 to $400 home per month. So we got rid of that excuse. Does that make sense? Well, I don't know a lot of people. We already fixed that. You know what I mean? Well, I don't know what to do. We already got training. So what? Let's get started in business. So listen, I love you. It has been my pleasure to share with you. I'm excited. Does anybody have anything that they want to share from their heart before we wrap this up? Because we've got a training in T-7 minutes. Does anybody have anything they want to share? I want to welcome and thank you, each of your guests, for being on. Rhonda, hopefully you made notes about that for me. So with that, if no questions, guys, you can hang out here, right? I'm going to stop the recording. Hold on. You can hang out here. I'm going to start training.